This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and it'll all be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown March 4th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. This show's going to be pretty packed. And so far, it's been starting off pretty good. So before I talk about the Intercontinental title match, we had everybody pretty much cutting promos, like Paul Heyman popped up, talking about Roman Reigns and all that for tonight. And then we've seen Ronda Rousey talking about how she's going to beat Sonya Deville, and saying for Sonya Deville, saying that she's going to give Ronda Rousey her first loss on SmackDown. And then we've seen the Viking Raiders talking about they're going to be raiding and taking the SmackDown tag titles, and the Usos talking about how they're going to beat them as well. And then we've seen Ricochet talking about how he's going to become the new Intercontinental Champion, and Sami Zayn talking about how he's going to beat Ricochet and retain the title. So pretty much just little promos, pretty much try to get everybody hyped for tonight's SmackDown. It's a pretty cool way, I guess, for that stuff. In the first match tonight was the Intercontinental Championship match. It was the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn versus Ricochet for the title. And this match was pretty good. Right off the bat, literally right when the bell rung, Ricochet rolled up Sami Zayn and it almost got the 3 count. Like, literally. It was that quick. It was a pretty good match throughout. At one point, we seen Sami Zayn hitting a half Nelson suplex onto Ricochet on the ring apron, which was insane. Like, Ricochet landing on the top of his head looked pretty cool and everything, but damn, like, that had to hurt. And we've seen a lot of cool moves from Ricochet, and same from Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn tried to get the win a few times, same for Ricochet. But at the very end of this match, Ricochet and Sami Zayn was going at it outside of the ring by the announce table. And then Johnny Knoxville's theme song hits, and he comes running out. He gets on the ring apron. Sami Zayn gets inside the ring, and then Sami Zayn was trying to knock Johnny Knoxville off the apron because he got a t-shirt saying that, new Intercontinental Champ, Sami Zayn chump or whatever, new shirt or whatever that he was wearing. So yeah, Zayn was trying to knock him off the apron. And then as soon as Sami Zayn turns around, he gets hit with a Hurricane Rana into a pin by Ricochet, and Ricochet got the 3 count. So yeah, Ricochet is the new Intercontinental Champion by defeating Sami Zayn tonight. Pretty good way to start off tonight's SmackDown. I mean, it sucks that Sami Zayn's title run was not long at all. It was like, 2-3 weeks or whatever. Really sucks. But it looks like they are definitely going forward with Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville for WrestleMania. But so far as we know, it ain't going to be for the Intercontinental Championship. So I guess that's one good thing for that match. But yeah, Ricochet is the new Intercontinental Champion. Looks like WWE's finally pushing Ricochet after so long. So yeah, his first ever IC title, and pretty good way to kick off SmackDown for that match. For everything, and with him winning the title and all that, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. So yeah, pretty good way to kick off SmackDown. But still to come later on tonight, we'll see the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus the Viking Raiders for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships later on tonight. And not only that, we will see Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville tonight. This is going to be Ronda Rousey's in-ring SmackDown debut. So yeah, she's going to be taking on Sonya Deville, and later on tonight we're going to see Roman Reigns and all that. So yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, so we seen Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, opening back up the show from commercial break and everything. And before I talk about that segment, actually, we seen Sami Zayn going wild backstage, just destroying a lot of stuff. Getting frustrated because Johnny Knoxville cost him the Intercontinental Championship and everything. So yeah, he's going wild backstage. But yeah, Pat McAfee and Michael Cole opened up back the show, and they was talking about WrestleMania and all that, and how Pat McAfee got told that he's going to find out his opponent tonight for WrestleMania and all that. So yeah, but then Austin Theory's theme song hits, and then he comes out. He goes like, "I know I'm on Monday Night Raw and everything, and let me introduce myself on SmackDown and all that. But I am Mr. McMahon's protege, and wherever Mr. McMahon goes, I go." So yeah, that's what he said, and he was talking junk and Pat McAfee, talking about like Mr. McMahon's always 5 steps ahead of you and everything. And just for that, I'm your WrestleMania opponent. So yeah, at WrestleMania we'll see Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory one-on-one at WrestleMania. So yeah, that's going to be the match. Now, I know the rumors was going wild with Pat McAfee versus Mr. McMahon at Mania, but it looks like that ain't going to happen. Austin Theory will be in it. So, yeah. It's going to be good to see Austin Theory in the WrestleMania match and all that, and same for Pat McAfee. But, yeah, both of them is going to be facing off against each other. And then Austin Theory got up in Pat McAfee's face and then slapped him silly. So, yeah, that's what happened. And then Austin Theory walked away, and then Pat McAfee got frustrated and started talking junk to Michael Cole, talking about, "You are a horrible human being," and all that. "You knew about this stuff, and I did it." So yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, pretty good segment right there. But up next, we're going to see Naomi versus Carmella up next on Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a one-on-one match. It was one half of the women's tag team champions, Carmella with Zelina Vega at ringside versus Naomi with Sasha Banks at ringside. So yeah, it was a one-on-one match between them two. And at the very ending of this match, we've seen Zelina Vega get on the ring apron, distracting Naomi, and then Sasha Banks comes up and knocks her off the ring apron, and then hits the Meteora onto Zelina Vega into the ring steps. So you have the running knees to the face, into the ring steps, taking her out. And then Carmella was trying to come up and get Naomi, but Naomi kicked her upside the head. And then she hits her finish move, the split-legged moonsault off the top turnbuckle onto Carmella, and got the 3 count. So yeah, Naomi defeated Carmella tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened. It was an okay match. I'll give that match 1 star. But yeah, that's what happened. And yep. But up next, we're going to see Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal up next on SmackDown. And we've seen Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss pretty much making fun of Drew McIntyre backstage. So yeah, stuff right there is happening. But yeah, McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal up next on SmackDown. And still to come later on tonight, we'll see Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville tonight. And we'll see the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, versus the Viking Raiders for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships later on tonight on SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a one-on-one match. It was Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal with Shanky at ringside. Now, it was an okay one-on-one match, but before that match started, we seen Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss acting up backstage, playing cards or whatever with a few guys and all that stuff. Pretty much talking crap about Drew McIntyre. But yeah, we'll go into the match. And it was an okay match. At the very ending of this match, we seen Shanky getting on the ring apron when Drew McIntyre, I think he was setting up for the Claymore the first time. Shanky got up on the ring apron. McIntyre grabs his head and runs into the turnbuckle, knocking him off the ring apron. And then Jinder Mahal was trying to take advantage of that, trying to hit the Colossus onto Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre using his strength, forcing Jinder Mahal's hands off of him, fighting up the Colossus. And then McIntyre hits the headbutt onto him. And then he goes to the corner, sets up the Claymore, and then he hits on to Jinder Mahal, and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, Drew McIntyre defeated Jinder Mahal tonight on SmackDown. That's what happened. And then Drew McIntyre was getting interviewed in the ring, and Drew McIntyre was pretty much saying some funny stuff. Like at one point he said, "Happy Corbin, I know you're playing with yourself back there," and all that. That just had me rolling. But yeah. Well, that's because I'm immature like hell, so yeah. But yep, that's what happened in that interview. He said he's going to go to WrestleMania and beat him and all that, so yeah. And then we seen Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss and their friends still playing cards or whatever, talking crap about Drew McIntyre. So yeah, with that match and stuff, I'll just give it I'll give it 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give that match between Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. It was an okay match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we had Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs making the return back on SmackDown after, 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever. So yeah, it's been a few weeks since we've seen Shinsuke and Boogs. But of course Rick Boogs playing the guitar and stuff introduces Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke comes out, and while they was making their way down the ramp or whatever, the Usos come up from behind, attacking them, beating them down and stuff, hitting a couple of super kicks onto them, laying them out, and then we was kind of wondering why the Usos attacked Shinsuke and Rick Boogs, but then we kind of all figured out, oh, here's why, because of Roman Reigns was walking out. So yeah, pretty much it was Roman Reigns' time on SmackDown. So yeah, Roman Reigns comes down with the Usos and Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns gets in the ring, and then he was talking about how he'll be defending the Universal Championship tomorrow night in Madison Square Garden. I don't think that's going to be on Peacock, so I ain't going to be talking about it, whatever, but we already know that Roman Reigns is going to retain his title, and Brock Lesnar will too. Doesn't matter who their opponents is, but yeah, either way, they are defending their titles tomorrow night. Roman Reigns said that he's going to defend his title tomorrow night, and whoever is his opponent, he'll beat him just like the rest of them for a year and a half now. And he said Brock Lesnar, good luck on that, because at WrestleMania, he don't care if he comes up. He wants to take his title as well. So yeah, that's what Roman Reigns said, and Roman Reigns said that Brock Lesnar will acknowledge him at Mania. So yeah, that's what happened. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman left out the ring, and the Usos are staying in the ring, and because they're going to have their match against the Viking Raiders up next on SmackDown. So yeah, that match will be happening up next for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and still to come later on tonight, we'll see Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville in the main event on tonight's SmackDown. So yeah, we'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a tag team match. It was the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, versus Ivar and Eric, the Viking Raiders, for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in a tag team match. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. These two teams are doing pretty good. Viking Raiders almost won a few times, almost had upset on the Usos. The same for the Usos. They almost won as well. By the very ending of this match, we see Eric tag himself in, and pretty much he had Jay Uso in the German suplex position, and Ivar was going to jump off the second rope, hit that clothesline, but Ivar got pulled over the top rope by Jimmy Uso, and now Ivar got taken out, and then we see Eric gets hit with a super kick. And then, yeah, Jey Uso hit the super kick on Eric, and then Jimmy Uso hit the super kick onto him as well, while the referee was distracted. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy Uso got tagged in. He hit the super kick on Eric again. At one point, we've seen Jey Uso roll up Eric, and then he got the 2 count, but Eric reversed it into rolling up Jey Uso. Almost had him there, but at the very ending of this match, we've seen the Usos hit the 3D onto Eric, but they redubbed it the 1D, so yeah, that's what they hit on him, and then got the 3 count. So yeah, the Usos retained their SmackDown Tag Team Championships by defeating the Viking Raiders tonight. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good match. I'll give that match 3 out of 5 stars. So yeah, I'll give that match 3 stars. But still to come later on tonight on Friday Night SmackDown, we will see Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville later on tonight in the main event. So yeah, that's going to be the main event. But up next, we're going to see Big E versus Sheamus up next on Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was supposed to be a one-on-one match between Big E and Sheamus. So what happened was the New Day came out on the on the 4-wheeler and stuff. And then all of a sudden Sheamus and Rich Holland comes out, and they was about to have the match. But before the match even started, we seen Kofi Kingston acting like a fool or whatever, on the 4-wheeler, honking the horn and everything, dancing around. But then Ridge Holland comes up and hits him in the back with a steel chair, laying him out, and then starts beating the 4-wheeler with the steel chair, pretty much distracting Big E, and then Big E starts getting beat down by Sheamus inside the ring, getting laid out and stuff. And then Sheamus and Ridge Holland took off on the 4-wheeler, and then started attacking the 4-wheeler backstage with a few sledgehammers, destroying it and all that. So yeah, that's what happened in that segment. But up next, we're going to see the main event. It'll be Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville up next on Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on SmackDown. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was the main event. It was Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville, 1-on-1 in the main event for tonight's SmackDown. But before I talk about that, we've seen pretty much Johnny Knoxville having an interview backstage, and yeah, it looks like they're going forward with the Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville match at WrestleMania and all that. That's what he was talking about. But then we seen Drew McIntyre pretty much putting the sword through the board or whatever, dart board, while Happy Corbin and stuff was playing on that. So yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, we get to the main event. It was an okay main event. So Charlotte Flair comes out after Ronda Rousey already made her entrance. She comes out doing commentary and stuff. And while Ronda Rousey's distracted, Sonya Deville goes after Ronda's leg. So yeah, Sonya was going after her leg majority of the time. But at the ending of this match, of course, Ronda Rousey starts ragdolling Sonya Deville, flipping her around and everything. And then she lifts her up on her shoulders, hits Piper's Pit onto her, laying her out, and then locks on the armbar, making Sonya Deville tap out. So yeah, Ronda Rousey defeated Sonya Deville tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. But then Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair starts talking crap to each other. And Charlotte Flair was like, "Do you want me in the ring?" And Ronda Rousey's like, "Come on in." And Charlotte actually gets in the ring. But when she gets in the ring, she gets taken down by Ronda Rousey. And then Ronda Rousey locked on the ankle lock onto Charlotte Flair, making her tap out and everything. So yeah, we'll probably see that view at WrestleMania as well, and see if Ronda Rousey will win the SmackDown the SmackDown Women's Championship. So yeah, pretty good match and everything for that match with Ronda Rousey and Sonya Deville. I'll give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay match. But yeah, this is Ronda Rousey's first one-on-one match in a very long time. She was in the Royal Rumble match, but she was really rusty there. And, she was a little bit better in that tag team match at Elimination Chamber when she teamed up with Naomi versus Sonya and Charlotte. But this is her first one-on-one match, and she looked a lot more better. So yeah, like I said, I give that match 2 stars. But yeah, it was an okay match between the two women. But for tonight's Friday Night SmackDown, I'll give it 8 stars. I'll give it 8 out of 10. It was a pretty good SmackDown. This SmackDown was way better than the last few months, actually, to tell you the truth. The main event was okay, even though Ronda Rousey's still a little bit rusty or whatever inside the ring. She, of course, gotten better, but she'll probably be good by the time WrestleMania comes around. So yeah, that match was okay between them two. We already knew Ronda Rousey was going to win. So yeah, the SmackDown Tag Team title match, it was an okay match as well. It was pretty good. The attack with Sheamus and stuff, it was whatever. Didn't really care for that. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal was alright. Naomi versus Carmella was okay. Roman Reigns' promo was pretty good. I liked it. In the match with Sami Zayn and Ricochet for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, that match was match of the night, obviously. It was a really good match between those two. So yeah, if you have, go check out that match, because that match was pretty damn good if you haven't checked it out. But yeah, tonight's Friday Night SmackDown was okay. It was a pretty good SmackDown. So yeah, I'll be doing my AEW Rampage reviews up next, and I'll be doing my AEW Revolution pay-per-view review, this Sunday. So yeah, look out for that as well. And I'll probably do a predictions video for AEW Revolution tomorrow. So yeah, look out for that as well. And yeah, this month is going to be packed, and definitely for next month, I probably won't be doing NXT reviews no more unless it's the big shows. So yeah, like NXT Takeover or NXT's big shows on their on TV or whatever. I'll be doing reviews on those, but probably not in general with the NXT show every Tuesday because that's a lot. Um, but yeah, that's been my WWE Friday Night SmackDown March 4th, 2022 review. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It will all be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for tonight's AEW Rampage reviews. See you guys later. Until then.